Well, our next guest in the studio is the Senior Director of Adventure Activities for Ras Al Khaimah Leisure. He's responsible for the leadership, the management and the direction of all RAK Leisure activities. It's a big job, as well as the health and safety of all the operations and all the developments for so many new projects and businesses that are being made available for RAK Leisure. Phillip Durrell, thank you very much for coming into the studios this afternoon.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
What a fantastic job, because you're in not only this great country, but you're in a booming part of the country that, to the eye, is one of the most beautiful parts of the UAE.
It's an amazing playground. I mean, you say job, my wife will joke and say whether it is a job or not, but I believe me, there's a lot more involved than just having fun up on the mountains there.
There are so many things that one can achieve whenever you plan to go to RAK. Obviously, yes, a beautiful drive to start with from Dubai or Sharjah, where you're going in from. But how do you pinpoint and figure out that, yes, this is the next big addition that I'm bringing in to the landscape of Ras Al Khaimah?
I think the main thing we're trying to do is really focus in the next 5 years, rather than just try and do something now and do a quick turnaround and an activity, is actually look at what we could do sustainably over the next 5-10 years as a legacy to link all these things together. I mean, you look at Ras Al Khaimah 5 years ago in the mountain, there was the Jace flight, the longest zip line in the world, but that was the only thing. So you would drive here from Dubai, 2 hours to get to the top of the mountain, you'd have a 3-minute experience and drive back. But what we're trying to do is link lots of activities now, not just for the adrenaline junkies and the extremists, but for families, for groups, for everyone really, to that whole community.
Yeah, you've got so much there, as you mentioned. You've got the highest peak, you've got so many outdoor activities. How are you positioning yourself internationally? Do you see yourself as that weekender for people that live in Dubai or the Abu Dhabi? Or how are you looking for international tourism to come into Ras Al Khaimah?
So we do both, I would say. We got the weekenders who come up who just want to relax, have fun. Families, they'll come to our Bear Grylls Explorers Camp. We've got the cabins there, chill, relax, have a barbecue. You haven't got to eat worms and creepy crawlies and all this kind of thing. Very family orientated. You've got the more extreme activities. During the weeks, we have the educational programs. So we're bringing school groups up for residentials. And then really on an international market, I love Dubai. I've lived here 17 years, but there is more to it. Come here, enjoy all the high buildings, the lovely restaurants, all the the beachfronts here. But come to Ras Al Khaimah, leave all the hassle, the madness behind, and relax and just really sort of chill.
For international travellers, do people not really know the difference between RAK and Dubai? Because I've always thought that some people, if you fly in, like if my parents flew out from Australia and went to Ras Al Khaimah, they'd still think they were in Dubai.
Yeah.
When you consider it's what? How long is it going to take you? Hour and a
hour?
half? Yeah, an hour.
Yep.
There you go. So for some people, they might. Ras Al Khaimah for that purpose. I'm just wondering if that sense of identity might be lost to some degree.
I think it's the message. Yeah, I mean, we work very closely with Ras Al Khaimah, the Tourism Development Authority. And we're really sort of trying to promote and get the word out there. I mean, I talk to friends back home in the UK, for example, and you say I work in Ras Al Khaimah, and where is Ras Al Khaimah? You say Dubai or Abu Dhabi, everyone knows these things, and they're great, but it's different, and we got such a diverse opportunities to offer.
Back in the days, Ras Al Khaimah was popular for their beach resorts.
Yes.
Right? I mean, beautiful sand, beautiful sea, and then amazing resorts. But now things have, like you mentioned, have changed towards the activities. There is the zip line that you mentioned. There is a Sledder that I tried and I loved it.
Yes,
and I kept coming back again and again for it. So, is there a mindful positioning change that is to be brought in for Ras Al Khaimah to bring in all the adventure lovers, or is it just a, by the way, let's add one more thing to it?
No, I mean, yes, the adventure lovers there. I mean, we've still got all the amazing beaches. We've got beautiful mangroves.
Right.
We've got the desert. We've got all the sand dunes, all the different things. But the mountains is the big thing. So our focus is obviously introducing people to the mountains, the safe areas to go. Like you said, we've got the Jace flight, the world's longest zip line, 160 kilometres an hour. 3 kilometres almost long. But we've also got the Jace Sky Tour, which is 5 kilometres of zip lines. It's the longest zip line tour in the region, which will go backwards and forwards.
You have that, but I want to know about the toboggan ride, because I love nothing more than toboggan rides.
The
growing
Sledder,
up, the Jace Slider. Talk to me about this, because it's what you can hit speeds of 40 k's an hour.
We've restricted it to 40 k's an hour. So it's about 1.4 kilometres of track. So you start at the bottom, you have an uplift of 800 metres, You get to the top, you do a great big 360, and then you've got about 3 minutes of pretty full-on going all the way down. It's self-braked, but it's got an automated braking system as well, so you can't get too close to other people.
Okay.
But it's
soft guys use the braking system.
Yeah, just let go and scream. That's what we say.
These things are just exceptional for Ras Al Khaimah. It makes it such an attractive destination. But I'm also thinking about what it would be like for families. Do you ever get people that get to the top and take one look and see what it's like and go, no, I can't do it?
We do. But we've got an amazing team working there. You know, a really good group of guys and girls who will sit, chat, talk. We're not going to force anyone to do something they don't want, but we encourage. And most people go once they've gone once, that's it. They'll be fighting to get back up. But you were saying there about the families as well. It's not just about the adrenaline, like the fasting stuff. The Sledder, it's perfect for families because you can have a parent and a child from the age of about 3 in the fun to experience it. So it really is trying to give something for everyone.
You know, CNN Traveler said that Ras Al Khaimah is one of the most attractive destinations in 2023. The Time magazine named Ras Al Khaimah as world's greatest places, one of the world's greatest places in 2022. Yeah. How challenging is it to live up to these expectations? Now, coming up, you have a 5-year plan in line for this.
We do. It is challenging. I mean, something we engaged in this year is with the Tourism Development Authority. We worked with an external company called EarthCheck. So what they're all about is accrediting people for sustainability. Okay. You know, and it's very easy to do sustainability, and get a certificate. But what we've actually done is look at what we're doing over the next 5 years and make sure it is sustainable. Not just in the way of getting rid of plastic bottles and stuff like that, but how we produce new activities, introduce people, sustainability for our staff and their employees to make sure they're in an environment they want to live in.
We just received some messages, 0586861003. Hi, Kitch and Neeil. My favourite place in Ras Al Khaimah was the Suwadi Pearl Farm. I loved going there as a kid. There's so much to learn.
The pearl farm's amazing. The last full sort of operational pearl farm, we work alongside with them. You can actually go on a little sup and you can paddle out through the mangrove to their pearl farm, do the whole pearl experience. There, if your wife's with you or your missus with you, open one of the oysters and hopefully get a pearl out of it.
Wow!
But it's a really good experience. They do a lot of the culture and history, and that's a good thing as well because there's a lot of culture and heritage in Ras Al Khaimah to show off.
Well, your goal is to welcome 3 million annual visitors by 2030, as we've stated. Are you on track? How are you progressing? And how are you looking for this?
I think we are on track. We've got some really good initiatives and new programs that are coming on board over the next 18 months. I can't really say exactly what they are, but let me just say some of them your feet will be quite a way off the ground as you're taking part in these things as well. So.
Do you find it attractive that maybe some of the Emirates do compete for attractions and that it effectively makes the country better because everyone's got a brotherly sort of competition for attractions?
100%. Yeah, I think it really is. I think it's. I mean, the UAE. We're fortunate you can get around this country quite easily, but it's such a diverse country but such traditions and lovely people to be with. I think it's great. I think come and try everything. Visit the other places. I won't mention their names, but go and visit those places. But then come back and see ours, and you know where you are.
That's interesting. Now, since you're here, I will ask you this question. There's a thing that I've tried and failed multiple times, and that is to get a booking to 1484.
Yeah.
What is the secret? What is the cheat code?
It's a fantastic restaurant.
It is.
It's, a beautiful restaurant. We've just redone the menu for this season.
Don't avoid the question.
Give me your number and I'll get you a booking. No, it's look, we're open 7 days a week. I mean, weekends and holidays, it's going to be popular.
It's insane.
If you can get during the week, come during the week. We have loads of cyclists go up there and have breakfasts.
That's so it's the businessmen in tight lycra. Is that what?
Businessmen in tight lycra. Yeah. This time of year it's like 10-15 degrees cooler, so we've got people sitting up there with blankets out on the balcony because it's a little bit chilly there.
So for those who don't know, 1484, it's 1484 meters
above altitude.
Sea level. Yeah.
So as high as you can pretty much drive for the public on the mountain. 120 covers, very international cuisine from breakfast all the way through to evening meals.
I've never been up there, but is the air considerably different when you're up that high?
It's lovely and cool. No pollution, nice and cool, lovely breeze coming in.
Yeah. It's one of our personal favorite drives. We've driven there multiple times. I told you that the Sledder is one of our favorites. Within the group, we keep going there just for the Sledder and hoping that 1484 probably will say, you know what, we've got a cancellation walk-in, but that's never happened. But probably the next trip is after a phone call with you.
Go on our website, book in advance.
There you go.
Just on that, if people want to find out more about Ras Al Khaimah or any of these events, where's the place to go?
So the best place probably is visit Jebel Jais.
Yep.
Go onto that website. It will tell you all about our activities, whether it's adrenaline or relaxation or accommodation around the area. And then from there, you get directed to whether it's Bear Grylls or the 1484, the restaurant, or any of the other specific.
So it's visitjebeljace.com. Philip, we could have had you in to talk about world's greatest jobs. But instead, it's all of your work as the Senior Director for Adventure Activities for RAK Leisure. Congratulations on your success. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much.
TSB, Talk Sport Business, here on Talk 100.3.